Yeah. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, here we go. Ready, here we go, here we go. Watch the safety creep. One, Omaha. Hey, alert, alert. Hey.
On first down, Garoppolo. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, we knew this game had the potential to have quite a few twists and turns, but maybe not on the very first play of the game.
And not only did they end up with an interception, they got an actual bonus, too. A nice return ends up setting them up first and goal. What a change and what a twist.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
11.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Right back to Coleman here on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
Here we go.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
11.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Here we go. Wait, 20. 50. Oh, you got deep? 11.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 1.
We own it.
It's Coleman here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
11.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, you block over here. Hey, 88.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, it had to be, come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was. In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Cut. Switch.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Arik Armstead able to run him down for a loss of 18 yards, and it will be 4th down as well. These two teams all tied after 1. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
21.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
This is taken at the 23. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it with Jones. Fred Warner coming off a strong rookie year in on the stop for the Niners.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Over here. Hey, check 26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
12.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Bravo!
On second and a couple. Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
13 yards, first down, Packers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Let's go.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a first down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
52, come on. Gotta do better.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run on first down. Jones, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
49ers, 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, and now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Tight go, tight go, tight go. Quick dance, quick dance. Go, go.
Again, it's Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
You got 58. 50.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll go again to Jones. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go with Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with a fullback, Vitale. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Get 300! Get 300!
Check 52 to Mike! Check 52 to Mike! I'm coming after you!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 21, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So